sure I get that save going. Okay. All the things are happening. Blank slate region. Word of Logos. I'm in an arena. Is that Gilgamesh? In a wall there? After finishing the teleportation, I found myself in a blue space. It looks like the bottom of a deep ocean, but I'm not suffocating as much as before, nor do I sense any danger. Also, I can stand. Now I can stand properly. Yeah, exactly. The joints in my knees and elbows don't hurt. I was forced to crawl on all fours, but my body seems fine now. Do I move then? For the time being, I'll go see what's up ahead. Julius led me here for a reason. There has to be something essential for me here. I mean, it looks like my servant. Like, he's beyond the draw distance, but I can see him. Like, he's the only thing rendered from this far away. Which is really funny, because... Oh! Hi! Wait, what's that wall then? Oh, are you bits and pieces right now? That's Gilgamesh! This is great! He's alive and well! Well, maybe not. He's still wearing the clothes I gave him, though.
近寄るなゲロ。そして神戸を垂れよ。何者かは知らんが、俺の許しなく俺の視界に入ってくるな。
Okay, but you turned around. I wasn't in your field of vision until you decided to put me in.
本来なら串刺しにされているところだが、今の俺は貴様どころではない。自らの幸運に感謝しろよ。
I do have rather good luck. Gilgamesh? He's acting really strange. I'll calm myself down and start the conversation again.
聞いたことのない名前だ。だが確かに。いや、気の迷いだろうよ。この俺が記憶違いをすることなぞありえん。俺は生まれつき忘却のできない体だ。
What if you've been tampered with?
だが妙に、お前の声は耳に馴染む。もしや何者かの転生した姿か。何？転生ではなくマスター？貴様が、俺と契約していた。
Yes, I know it's kind of weird to believe, but that is indeed what was happening.
それは面白い。あまりに愉快ゆえ、手打ちするところだったぞ、雑種。
Dude, you're literally wearing the clothes I bought you.
貴様の顔、口調、態度。どれをとっても俺という王を心得た反応だ。認めよう。確かにお前は俺を知っている。だが俺は貴様なぞ知らぬ。その目と耳に心地よい声に免じて、無礼を一度のみ許そう。
No, my voice is pleasant to the ears. Thank you.
だが次は控えよ。いかに怒りを失って今の俺でも、流せぬものはあるのだからな。
Gilgamesh's words bring my thoughts to a full stop. This shock is different from what happened in the previous space. Gilgamesh doesn't remember me. Doesn't remember how we met under that starry sky, how he made a contract with me, how despite him insisting on being a spectator, he fought with me all the way up until this point. None of it. Did you forget about me, Gilgamesh? Unable to hold it in, I shouted those words out. You feel it. There's something there. There's no change in Gilgamesh's expression. He really did forget about me. The instant I accepted it, mysterious pain rang through my chest. I can't breathe. My vision turns pure white. I desperately endure the urge to yell, "Why?" Unbelievable. It's not Gilgamesh forgetting that gets me. Being this shocked that I would be forgotten by him is what I truly can't believe. This servant, of his own accord, stretched out his hand to me. Even by using all my command seals, all I was able to do was talk to him. He doesn't treat humans as human. He's the arrogant king. I made a contract with him, though I hardly understood him. He was my partner, who never in my wildest dreams would I imagine standing on equal terms with. That's why, Though I may be forgotten, I don't feel an iota of sadness. I shouldn't be feeling anything, but I can't help but feel frustrated right now. I give Gilgamesh a glare that says, was that all it was worth? I want to complain to him and say, was this all our battles until now amounted to? Which means, before I had even realized it, before she had been realizing it, she had been placing her trust in this servant. It may be impossible at the moment, but in due time, I know I'll get the chance to. I want to understand this pompous servant. That's what I've been wishing.
敵意で俺を睨む輩は数知れぬが、目を潤ませて挑んでくる雑種は稀だな。よい、その希少さに免じて狂言として聞くことにしよう。貴様は俺と契約した。そのことを俺は忘れている。というのだな。わずかではあるが、理屈は合う。俺もここしばらくの記憶が思い出せぬのだ。原因はあれだろうがな。あの壁が見えるか?
Yes, it's like the one thing I can see in this entire zone. Is that a labyrinth core? Why is such a thing here? And it looks like Gilgamesh?
なぜあれがあるのか、ここはどこなのかは、俺が享受することではない。問題は、あれが俺ということだ。あれほど光り輝く姿は天上天下にただ一人、この俺以外にありえまい。だが、事実として俺はここにいる。
But are you actually?
となると、あれは俺の半身。貴様の言う忘れている部分であろう。早々に取り戻したいのだが。
Don't tell me you won't be able to fight.
忌々しいことに、俺一人ではこの先に進めぬようだ。見たところ、貴様は自由のようだな。王と直接話す光栄を許したのだ。慎んで俺の助けになれ雑種。先に進み、道を開くがよい。
Gilgamesh was requesting to accompany me up to that wall. Without hesitation, I nod in agreement. I may not know what's going on, but it makes me happy that I can do things together with Gilgamesh. Also, if we get to that wall, we may be able to recover Gilgamesh's memories.
ほう、やる気に満ちているではないか。使い勝手のいい犬は好きだぞ。
People gotta stop calling me a dog. Alright. It's a little different right now, but we're back. Let's get to that wall. Yeah? Something to say? Speak it now if you would. Oh dear.
待て。
Stop, don't move. That's a trap to ward off grave robbers. It's not something you can What am I getting so passionate about? You there. How grievous is your wound? He still has some of those memories in there. I reply, I'm fine. The moment I tried to go past this point, a current of electricity ran through my entire body. I don't see anything that looks like a trap, though. What's going on? It's his organic current rejecting spiritrons or other wavelengths. It's like what you humans call leukocytes. It attacks any harm that enters. BB. Damn, she already caught up to us?
ほう?
I didn't expect a type of demon to appear as well, and the types don't get any more woman than hers. You're merely projecting your consciousness from a different area, it seems, but it's enough to make me nauseous. Stay to your business, woman. Yes, I'm unable to enter this place as I am, for this is a servant's spiritron core, the inside of Gilgamesh's mind. Though my computational power has expanded, I can't read in this format. Sending my eyes and voice in like this is my limit. This is the inside of Gilgamesh's mind. then just like with Rin and Rani, the sculpture chiseled into that wall is Gilgamesh's true self. You're right. When Gilgamesh fell into the imaginary number space, a defense mechanism caused him to enter a hibernative state, rest. To fend off the Spiritron collapse occurring 1 minute later, he stopped his own time. You know what? He would be able to do that. He's frozen, basically. That wall is your servant, protected from collapse by being frozen. The servant beside you is the instinct functioning to protect their true self. That there is your servant's initial state. So that's how it is. Indeed, that should explain why the ire within me is lacking. Then the me of that wall, as this mongrel claims, is the me which assisted her on some whim. So you're saying that if I awaken it, the memories I had forgotten will return? If you can, perhaps you would like to approach it? I haven't the desire to. Now that I've ascertained that the memory that is my memory, there's no need to check the contents. Rather, I let it slumber as it is. To have assisted a mongrel such as this here, even I must restrain my capriciousness. I'd say that's fair. You are instinct. That is reason. When reason awakens, instinct is suppressed. I'm sure even you don't want to disappear. Please sit still and continue waiting within yourself for your next slumber. Or summoner. Of course. I suddenly got an idea. This situation is the same situation as the preliminary school building. Back then, I kept seeing dreams of the preliminaries. Gilgamesh right now may be in the same state I was then. BB said that his reasoning is asleep. So if I do the same thing that Gilgamesh did back then, I'm sure that will... force him to make a move. Slow, aren't you? Beyond this point is an area with a Spiritron core. Any and all outsiders will be attacked. Without data protection backup from the student council room, foreign elements will be promptly disassembled. Understand, Senpai? If you go past this point, you'll be treated as a virus and be taken apart. I sent my voice here because it's a waste of resources to have my cheeky rebel destroy herself in a place like this. I've decided that while the student council members live, I need to use your life effectively. I'll make cautionary media out of you. So, since dying here won't leave a dead log, please don't die like a moron. Take this as a warning from me. Go any further and you'll die. Be good and turn back. Well, now I don't want to. Do so now, and I'll let you go back to the existing regions and return to the old school building. Okay? I created a gate at the coordinates you were teleported to. Please use it to come back, Senpai. No. BB disappeared. I guess she can't intervene like she's done in the past because this space is a mental image of Gilgamesh. A surprisingly short journey. But alas, beyond is an electrified path of death, so you can't proceed anyway. I'll return to my original location. As a reward for leading me here, I could accompany you to the entrance. Or will you continue ahead? If you wish for me to remember, there's no other way to do so, it seems. Bring it on. I've seen that cynical face one too many times, and it's got me going now. He wants to know what I'm going to do? No need to even think twice. If Gilgamesh is up ahead still sleeping, I'll... Wake up, jerk! We got business. Ow. Plus, you want to take a crack at BB2, don't you? It seems the electric current changed from warning me to attacking me. I was able to sense that from the current just now. One part of my body internally collapsed. Yeah? I understand the situation, but I'm sure that this is just speculation. Also, this isn't the time to be resting. There's still a path up to Gilgamesh's slumbering core. Before my mind gets worn down by the pain, I need to get over there somehow. You think I'll let you get away with sleeping like this? Well, maybe you should wake up and quit being lazy. Do your job, King. Wake up. I've been bothered by you for so long. Come on now. At least have the courtesy to finish what you've started. Another part of my flesh internally collapses. I can't feel from my ankles down, but I still have the ability to move my legs. If I can move, then there's still no issue. Even so, this still hurts. Way too much, I think. Gilgamesh says nothing. Maybe he never cared to begin with. Why am I going this far for such a person? The more I think about it, the less I get it. Because I want to give him a good uppercut too, putting me through all this. You're a disgrace, you know that? Wake up and fix this. You should be able to do that. Maybe just my imagination, but it's half as bright out now. No, it's not. It's a little dark. My limbs getting heavier is a problem, but if the lights go out, my fate may be sealed. In any case, it's getting harder to see Gilgamesh. Yeah? Got some commentary for me? I still got another 30% of me left. I can make it. With this much, and keeping balance with what's left of my head, I should just barely reach. Never stop moving forward. Isn't this what you wanted to see, Gilgamesh? Come on now. Don't let such a boring end be the end. My body suddenly got lighter. Apparently, my abdomen completely vanished. Fortunately, my sense of pain isn't working very well. All I feel is disgust with the sense that I've become a skeleton monster. Hopefully, I'm quicker on my feet, as much as my body got lighter. Say something, would ya? Come on, though. I'm losing my cool. That servant there isn't saying anything to me. There he is, not even lifting a finger, despite staring straight at me. Yet even words like, keep it up or quit it, don't come out of his mouth. Now I kind of have a feeling that I'm starting to understand why I've been going so far to do this. I'm not moving faster, I'm moving way slower now. At least I can turn on a dime. Wake up. Hear me. I've got a bone to pick with you right now, too. Look at the state I'm in. This is your fault. Do something. Fix it. It's your responsibility. There it is. That's Gilgamesh's true form. He fell into the imaginary number space alongside me and ended up frozen. This is his mind. If I can just free it. Of course, I know the reason why I reached this point. There's no reason to stake my life. There's no reason for Gilgamesh to nitpick about. If I can, I just want to swap out this dangerous servant. For the longest time I thought, I want to swap him out. But not anymore. I'm starting to trust him. I don't want to admit it, but I'm starting to think he's not so bad. I confess that there have been times I respected him. I sense that his anger towards people, hidden in his every word, is just a thing. That's the sort of reason I'm moving forward for. He made a contract with me, so I can't allow it to be reneged halfway. I don't have the slightest intention of letting such a strong servant go. He's a fine partner. Despite me being an inexperienced master, he accompanied me without ever once abandoning me. That servant is necessary to me. You think I'd let my sword rust on its own? You told me to use you like a weapon. Now get over here so I can use you properly. This is a long walk. And it is very dark. The colors are so distorted. Oh! That's the original pedestal where you summon the your servant in the first game. Even the 3 spots and the stained glass windows. Neat, because Gilgamesh didn't get this. But now he can. You know, provided I survive. Which I should. But seriously, Gil. Let me clock you on the chin once. You deserve it right now. I made it. Now what?
そこまでです。この先は最後のファイヤーウォール。絶対に進ませません。
That's not for you to decide. Oh, it's a small version. BB. And an attack program.
せっかく封印したサーバントを解放されてはたまりませんから。あなたをここで排除します。
I refuse. I can't dodge it. In a few moments, my Spiritron structure will be smashed into bits. You finally wake up?
なぜあなたが邪魔を？その人を野放しにすることはあなたにとって自殺行為のはずでしょ。
全くその通りだ。理性を解放すればこの俺は消える。あの雑誌はそれすら分かっていないだろう。考えなしにも程があるな。俺ですら罵倒を控えたほどだ。
Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is protecting me. He hasn't gotten to know me, and this should be irrelevant to him. Yet here he is.
俺は今もってそこな雑誌の言葉を信じてはおらん。この俺が凡逆の魔術師に応える道理はなく、この時代において俺の仕事はとうに意味をなさぬものだから。
ならどうして？
はっ、決まっていいよ。俺に命を張るバカ者をこれ以上野放しにしておけるものか。自らのために俺を欲しはばかることなく己が正当性を謳う。その恥知らずな願い、高顔な純真をめでるのが俺の仕事だ。これほど浅ましい人間を俺が救わずして誰が救う。あやつの相手は俺がしてやろう。最後に聞いておこう。雑種、名は何という？
I laugh. I knew it. You weren't paying attention to me at all. This time I made sure to tell him my name in a way he wouldn't forget.
そうか。では行くがいい。こたびの蛮勇、見事であった。貴様ならばさぞ俺を楽しませるだろう。ではな。共に戦うと記した契約に基づき、己が剣を取り戻すのだ。
Oh, the back-to-back dash. Gilgamesh encourages me on. I stretch my now hollow hand out into the ether. I feel a defined shape in the palm of my hand. My disintegrating body and now disintegrating mind flow into the cold sculpture. Now, what should I do? Such a doubt crosses my mind, and I immediately shut it out with a dry laugh. Hardly need to think twice about what I should do. There's only one thing I can do. Yeah, as always. Let's go, Gil. I call out the name, as always. He's free and back in his regular armor.
そう声高に叫ぶな。十分に聞こえている。
Quit your lying. Stop putting on a brave face. You were stuck.
貴様は何というか、小物のくせに声だけはよく通る女よな。
Do you have any idea how far I had to walk? Why is this not voice suddenly? But what's with this appearance? Although you always look quite plain, you're looking shoddier than usual.
それでも俺のマスターかと嘆きたくなる。仕方あるまい。至らぬ契約者を盛り立てるのも仕事のうちだ。
Why was that one segment not voiced?
根性のみ、我が宝物を使うことを許す。この英雄王の真の力、思うままに使うがいい。
Noble Phantasm unlocked. Oh, did he just use the elixir of life to restore me? After Gilgamesh calls to me, every one of my missing parts is restored. His space is a mental image of Gilgamesh. I was perceived as a foreign body until now. In this moment, I became foreign to him no longer.
そんな宝具が解禁されるなんて、そこまでの成長をこの先輩はできないはずなのに。
Do you know who I am?
予想外の展開か、女。ではさらにもう一つ、驚天動地の展開を加えてやろう。もはや俺は傍観者ではない。BB、その真意はどうあれ、貴様はすでに俺の敵となった。
Ooh. He's like, no, I just wanted to watch and have fun. But you've involved me. Now, it's my problem. Now, I'm your problem. Ah, Gilgamesh, does that mean...
以前、これはお前の戦いと言ったが、あれは忘れ。お前の敵は俺の敵だ。手を貸すがよい無名のマスター。これより先は、俺がお前の剣となろう。
He's actually accepted me as his master. He's actually accepted his position as my servant. Let's go.
しかと見よ。そしておののけ。貴様が契約した男が何者か、身をもって知る時だ。法律権バブイルを使う。我が宝物庫の扉を開けよう。
Can I just do that right now? Will it work? Just go? Just go? I hope it just works. Because it's instant death to the enemy. I don't know, should I do anything else? Like, let's throw out some Chains of Heaven, a nice break. Just do all the skills. It's fine. Yes. Cosmic Air is playing. I hope you're ready to get hit by 3 galaxies. Because this is Enuma Elish.
Enuma Elish!
Blow them all away. Done. Thank you. I wonder if there's supposed to be a fight there normally, but nah, we got Enuma Elish. There will be no fight. About using Noble Phantasm. A Noble Phantasm can be used once per battle. Noble Phantasms cannot be used right away, unless the special case, where we are allowed to use it right away. You can view the activation requirements from the status menu by pressing the square button. Got it.
たやすすぎて眠気が走るわ。俺を止めたければ増票では話にならん。 ああ、だが貴様が出張る必要はないぞ。奈落の底で隠れている毒虫。一人寂しく首を洗って待っていろ。
調子に乗って投影が維持できない。覚えてなさい。
BB vanishes. Gilgamesh, who used to be Instinct, is also vanishing. Before I see Gilgamesh, whom I was separated from, after a very short time, extremely long time, of being separated, I'm back with Gilgamesh again.
なんだその冴えない顔は。だらしなく頬を緩めおって。緊張の糸が切れたか？
Listen, it's been a rough eternity. Apparently I'm grinning right now. I guess he's exactly right. This arrogant servant stated he would fight with me. Is there really any master throughout the entire Seraph that wouldn't be happy after hearing that?
たわけ思い上がるな。俺は地を治める王として BB めの暴走を正すと決めたに過ぎん。それがたまたま貴様の目的と一致しただけだ。貴様が俺の上につくなどありえぬわ。
Yeah, sure, okay. Even so, I don't mind. We didn't even have trust in our relationship before, so to start having it now makes me happy and hopeful.
君の悪い女よ。まあよい。好きに笑っていろ。俺は目覚めるが、貴様はどうする？まだここにいるというのなら止めはせんが。
Please,
一生このままだぞ。
like I would want to stay here. I quickly reply, that's ridiculous. We'll go back together. It's true that this isn't the time to be overjoyed. We need to get back to the old school as soon as possible to check to see if Rin and the others are okay.
そうか。では目を閉じ心を空にしろ。貴様の心を外界に叩き返す。しばし時間のかかる旅だ。その間、せいぜい気を休ませるのだな。その体についた傷、そう安くはあるまいよ。
My consciousness contracts and expands. Along with my consciousness, there's a course that seems to be shifting into another world. My soul detaches from my body and from the world. I'm transferring to the space where I belong, to the dimension I'm tuned to. Midway, my mind calmly considers what happened until now and the future from this point on. Leo was defeated, and Julius took his leave. BB's power was too overwhelming. Beating Lancer and the alter ego wasn't enough to resolve our dilemma. Were we really ever capable of winning against someone with a privileged skill of that caliber? No, we have to win. This dilemma isn't exclusive to us anymore. BB's goals are clearly insane. If she ends up gaining control of the moon cell, then human civilization, or perhaps the Earth itself, may meet its demise. We have to stop BB, no matter what. That's precisely the last job Leo entrusted me with. Yes. So now we're in Chapter 5 proper. Yep. Iron Maiden Princess, Bloodstained Purity. Does that mean we're dealing with Liz again?
どうせ食べるのなら丸ごとがいいと女は思った。支配者にして処刑人、調理人にして毒味役、美食を重ねること数百人、堪能、溺愛、泥酔、絶頂。不死だらな食事のつけは頭に生えた異形の角。だがまあ、そう珍しいことでもない。美しい少女を貪るのは人間どもの本能だ。
Why are we describing Liz again? When I came to, I was in front of the cherry blossom tree. It felt like I spent years in the imaginary number space, but simply being taken back here relaxes me. Although I never would have dreamed that day would come when I'd get nostalgic about this old school. I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Who's greeting me? Everybody. Even Shinji. Rin, Ronnie, and the others are gathered in the schoolyard. I can see the same fatigue in all their faces. It's as if they had each escaped some peril and came here to check up on one another. Not as if. That's exactly what happened, apparently. I'm sure you had a rough time, but we were in a pinch ourselves. Julius became BB's stooge and ambushed us. Ronnie, Sakura, and I were in the student council room, and we were on the verge of death. After that, because Sakura had collapsed, the old school's barrier was lifted. And of course, that's when hostile programs from the labyrinth invaded, and NPCs in the school were systematically attacked. I have to give it to him. It was a brilliant blitz strategy, but I guess Julius knew it well, since he led counter-terrorist units on Earth. That's how it went down. The old school's protected by Sakura. Your average hostile program can't enter, and even BB can only affect us by observing the inside. However, the masters Sakura regards as the subjects of her guardianship are different. Julius, a master, returned to the old school, rendered Sakura powerless, and lifted the barrier. He attacked Rin and Ronnie, and then ushered hostile programs into the mayhem-afflicted building to gain control. On BB's command, he commandeered this space in just a few minutes. But still.
Okay.
I know. Julius didn't betray us. He put on a show to trick BB. I get it. We're still alive after all, but it probably friggin' hurt. After he didn't finish us off, I thought, okay, this is an act. Externally, it looked like Sakura and the NPCs were on the verge of death, but the damage they took wasn't fatal. Then, Ronnie and I were pushed into the imaginary number space, and everyone else was left in the labyrinth. That's all that happened. Everyone managed to find their own way back and got here just now. What about you two? We were able to monitor up until Leo was defeated, but what happened after that? A lot. I explained to Rin the sequence of events up until this point, about how Leo and Gawain are gone, how Julius saved me in his final moments, and also about how BB's true goal is to head to the moon cell's core. I see. It's a shame what happened to Leo and Julius, the Harway brothers. Rin's thoughts on the matter end there. Yeah, I figured. No longer do I think such a thing is cruel. Behind her dispassionate words is sorrow towards two people she deemed as worthy adversaries. Still, I didn't expect her to give no response to BB's motive. Isn't Rin surprised? What, about how she's heading for the moon cell's core? Well, I was already thinking that might happen in the end. The absolute worst case scenario I assumed came to be, and that's it. It's scary, but not surprising. It sounds like Rin had predicted, roughly, what BB ultimately had her eyes on. I mean, it makes sense. No wonder she's the student council vice president. She's as reliable as a person can be. Though I didn't think her goal would be something like a world where desires are unleashed. That's one awful future. We can't stand here being gloomy all day. I'll let a fire under everyone's ass and get us reorganized. You go get some rest. I don't know what happened to you, and I want to ask, but your internals are all shattered. You're holding up for now, but I can tell you're cobbled together. You're so mangled, I'm impressed you can still think rationally. So listen, go rest. We'll have our briefing after you wake up. I'm surprised. Apparently, for someone with Rin's level of observation, they can easily catch on to how wounded my body is. I'm not hurting anymore, but if Rin is telling me to rest, then I should rest. To those who are in good health, she says, go fight. And to those who must rest, she says, go rest. Pointing out the difference is Rin Tosaka's kindness. Okay, but seriously, you guys good? I told you, hurry up and get to my room. If Sakura was feeling well, I'd have her give you a medical checkup, but she's getting repairs right now. Can't use the infirmary. We never can use the infirmary. It's good that you're safe. I heard about what happened from Miss Tosaka. President Leo's final moments, BB's goal. The problems are piling up. We mustn't lose heart. We'll gather the resources we have left, and with Sakura's aid, the student council will unite to take measures against BB. Until then, please get some rest. There you are. It's you. First of all, I'm happy you're alright. Don't go too overboard. I eavesdropped on your chat with Rin. This is all way beyond me, yeah. Jinako's gonna be at the janitor's closet. I mean, sorry, but I'll just be tracking you all down. Karna can't fight anymore. I've got no power. I won't be like Gato. No matter how much you pep me up, in the end, a snail is a snail. I can't change my personality that easily. You know, growth is bit by bit. Jinako has graduated from neathood. From now on, I'll be intangible like a ghost. So, I don't want you to worry over me. Please treat me like I'm not even here. I cannot do that. I mean, it seems that's all I can do. Remember we talked about this? You don't have to be so hard on yourself. Hi, Shinji. I did it. I was right all along. It takes a genius to know a genius. That's how it is. Now I can survive. This'll end without me dying. No, if I pull this off, I can. Yeah, I was chosen. There's no way I'd lose in the first round. Huh? Oh, you. Sorry about that. Just thinking about some things. Looks like you're doing all right. You insisted on surviving again.
Nah.
So, what are you all going to do now? You were calling it the student council, but Leo and Julius got done in, right? There's no way out of this now, right? After all you, Tosaka, and Ronnie can do now is whatever BB says. How about accepting it and preparing for a recommendation to surrender? You never know. She might spare you if you're lucky. You're still an idiot. Congratulations, you are still the worst one here. Is everyone asleep or gone? Yeah. Oh, we are in bad shape. We lost so many. Gawain didn't even get to do anything. He showed up, tried to be cool, got absolutely dunked on. The instant I got back to my personal room, fatigue hit me. My knees lose their strength and I start to fall on the floor with a thud. Does Gilgamesh catch me? So Rin's candid advice was correct. You appear healed on the exterior, but you're extremely weary on the inside. Clear your mind and sleep. I'll have to allow you to use the bed. It was yours to begin with. You don't even need it, dude. Just go to spirit form. But thank you. So Gilgamesh tells me. Then I practically collapse, placing my body onto the bed. The bedding feels soft, but my ability to think is slowly waning. Before I fall into a tranquil sleep, the battle between Leo and BB comes to my mind. He got decimated. Frustratingly, everything about BB is overwhelming. Until now, we fought within fields prepared by the Moon Cell under fixed rules that applied to our enemies and Passionlip too. Though they were illegally modded to some extent, those were two powerful enemies we faced while under the rules. But BB is different. At this point, she's becoming one with the system itself. She's a being who made the entire imaginary number space of the far side of the moon her possession and fused with the Seraph system. Isn't that precisely what we could recognize as a god? Functionally, yes, in this realm. If that's the case, the very chance of winning in our battle doesn't exist. Well, that's not entirely true. Look at this guy, he can do it.
Oh?
Not necessarily so. What you regard as a god is not omnipotent. No perfect thing exists throughout the entire universe anyway. If there were, I would have to say it may be me, but that's a given. I don't need to explain the difference between omnipotence and perfection. Even if she really is a god of the Moon Cell, a flaw or deficiency is certain to appear. You humans must ascertain her weak point. Toss away any foolish sense of duty you may have. Shamefully struggle away as you do, mongrel. You'll find a chance at the very end. In any case, that's all you're capable of. Fight as you see fit, lose as you see fit. I listened to his voice, which was brimming with confidence, and then my lips involuntarily curled into a smile. Despite the fact that what Gilgamesh is saying is unreasonable, it mysteriously eases my emotions. Yes, it's the Gilgamesh we know, it's him. With extreme arrogance, he instructs me to do something obvious. Do what you can do. I'm being dumb, worrying this much over whether his argument is valid or not. My eyelids close out of relief. How do I put this? It's been a long time, but it seems that tonight I can finally get some sound rest. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't even look at secret gardens and stuff, but there was none to get this time around. But never forget, our contract was formed in the far side of the moon. Upon returning to the near side, our contract will terminate. When that happens, you're destined to be visited by an inescapable death. Will you return to the near side, or remain on the far side? That choice belongs to you alone. Always bear that in mind. It's okay, Gil. I think I got this. We're firmly in Chapter 5 now. I'm back. I awakened to the twilight I'm well acquainted with. I was able to get some sleep, since I had the bed this time, so now my body feels much more limber. BB's motive, the state of the labyrinth, and our president's absence. There's a lot of things we need to discuss. Let's head straight to the student council room. Let's not. Let's head back to my room. Anything new to say? Casualties are a given. Don't you know this is the far side, the land of the dead? It's the living whom are a rare sight here. It's time for you to make up your mind. Don't turn so grim just because some turn vanquished. Lady Luck smiles only when one smiles back. You got a really weird way of encouraging people, but it's fine. You did go back to your regular armor. That's fine, we can go with this. As for me, yeah, we'll stick to that. Information matrix. Yeah, that should be Karna info. O son, abide to death. Vasavi Shakti. A spear of light that only strikes once. A spear of mortality made of lightning. Thought it was sunlight. Anyway, when the battle between Karna and Arjuna reached its final stages, in order to aid Arjuna, his father Indra, king of the gods, took Karna's greatest armor, his golden armor, through trickery. However, Karna's attitude at that time was so noble that Indra came to adore Karna, his son's enemy, and gave to him in compensation for taking his armor the power of the god of thunder that he never let anyone but himself wield. This is that thunder spear. Said to hold the power to defeat the gods themselves, there is no record of Karna ever using it in his myth. Right, the spear that was never thrust. At least by Karna. I'm missing a character background somehow. The conflict of the Kauravas, for whom Karna held his bow as a soldier, and the Pandavas, led by Arjuna, intensified and finally led to the war with territory in the line. In the Kurukshetra war, where Karna's life came to an end, the Kurukshetra war, Karna continued to wield his strength for the victory of the 100 Kaurava princes and Duryodhana. On the Pandava side, only Arjuna could oppose Karna, but even he knew facing Karna directly meant death. Through a number of conflicts, fates, and mutual hatred, the war between the two camps arrived at Kurukshetra. Having reached this point, Karna's mother, Kunti, wagered one last gamble, reveal Karna's lineage to him, and draw him to the Pandava camp. Kunti confided in Krishna, a friend of Arjuna in the disguise of an attendant, and the two went to meet with Karna. Kunti revealed herself as Karna's mother, speaking in tears of how fighting with his blood brothers was futile, and that by fighting alongside Arjuna, he would attain glory. Karna made sure to thank his archenemy Arjuna's friend, Krishna, and calmly listened to his mother's arguments. Afterwards, I understand your words, to join hands with my brothers and return to my proper form. It is a story filled with light without a single fault. Then, facing the rejoicing Kunti, Karna continued speaking in an even softer voice. But I wish for you to answer one thing. Do you not feel those words of yours were too late? She was too late in declaring herself as his mother. She was too late in looking back on Karna. If you do not feel ashamed, then please answer. If you, who call yourself my mother, have done no wrong, then accept the past without shame. While Kunti was a selfish woman, it came from her innocence and naivete. She was most definitely not a shameless woman. She knew what she had done. Abandoning the newborn Karna for her own sake was completely selfish and felt remorse for it. That was why she had some degree of pride. She could not tell Karna, who grew up alone until now, who was grateful to his foster family and not once brought himself to hate another, such a horrible lie. Without giving an answer, Kunti broke off negotiations. As she was taking her leave, Karna said, "It is a fraudulent, selfish love. The only one that love can save is yourself. That love is directed at no one but yourself. However, I shall answer those feelings. I will not kill the brothers who cannot best me in battle. I will only give my fullest against my archenemy, Arjuna." Karna swore not to lay a hand on the brothers who were inferior to him in strength. Countless times afterward that Karna spared the 5 brothers were due to this oath. Return to the place you obtained by your own hands. Though it was only once, I am grateful that you called me your son. Karna opened the gates and escorted Kunti out. That was the love Karna bore for his mother Kunti. Not love for his mother at this late hour, but Kunti's resolution to appeal with her feelings as a mother. Even if it wasn't genuine, that is what he answered. Kunti ran the risk of her past coming to light. To the hero of charity Karna, such determination was worthy of compensation. And so, it was just before the final battle, Arjuna's father, the thunder god Indra, realized that Karna could not be persuaded. So he took the form of a Brahmin and made contact with Karna and took his golden armor. Though Karna had lost the invulnerability given by his father Surya, he still refused to relent from battle. He cared not that, with loss of his golden armor, he hastened his own death. Struck by Karna's resolution, Indra asked why. Why would he continue to fight with the loss of his armor, yet without blaming Indra, who hatched this scheme out of love for Arjuna? There is no need to hate you. It was simply a matter of being one step ahead. In fact, yes. Though a god, you are also a father. Such a thing brings me joy. Then why continue to the battlefield? Asked Indra. To me, defeat is bringing shame upon my father. Even if death awaits me, I cannot run away. After all, that was his reason for living. To Karna, who lived his life with pride in those who gave him life and raised him, his life was not his own. Besides, I owe Duryodhana a debt. For some reason, that audacious yet timid man is so bright to me. It may be blasphemy against my father, but at times, I feel that light of his as the warmth of the sun. It wasn't the fire of the sun that Karna carried, nor the absolute brilliance of Surya. To Karna, that sun was the imperfect charm that human displayed. Indra, seeing in him the divinity of Surya himself, gave Karna his spear. He had taken from this noble hero something greater than his life. Unless he gave something as compensation, his honor would be stained, and above all, he was charmed by him. If it was this man, he could wield the mightiest spear that Indra hadn't given even to his own son. Karna left the Brahmin, having lost his armor, flesh, and headed off to the battlefield, thin as a ghost, to his final battle with Arjuna. Karna was already without allies. His trusted charioteer was already an enemy, in collusion with the Pandavas. Numerous burdens, feelings for his younger half-brothers. From a curse, the wheel of Karna's chariot was struck. The string on Arjuna's bow was drawn to its limits. The brothers, since bound by an unseen fate to vie for supremacy, could only in this moment strike at one another with all their might. And sure enough, Arjuna's bow shot down the sun. After death, Karna is said to have unified with his father Surya. He was the hero of charity, a saint whose creed was to not refuse the people who ask or rely on him. The hero who, while extraordinarily capable, was tragically enemies with his blood brothers, cast with various curses, and lost his life without showing his true worth. That is Karna. As a side note, whether or not Arjuna knew that Karna was his older brother is uncertain. It seems the only people who knew that Karna was Kunti's son were Karna, Kunti, Krishna, and the sun god Surya. Man, what extensive history and, I guess, mythology? Yeah, Hindu mythology is wild. And, we didn't get into destroying, continent-destroying weapons that they can just use because they're super cool like that. Plus, I'm missing things somehow, and I don't know how. It's bothering me. Oh, it still says class launcher. Good. We have more info on BB. Pewter Staff of Domination. You mean your pointer? She has... all her stats are uncalculable. She has Strength Star, Endurance Star, Agility Star, Mana Star, Luck Star. She has Aurea Poculum, Self-Modification EX, and something else. Pewter Staff of Domination. BB's Pointing Stick, a device enabling full use of advanced AI's authority. There are restrictions on the far side of the moon, but with this, BB can alter the game rules of the Seraph. the 10 crowns worn by the Beast of Babylon. Right, that's why Nero has access to 10 crowns as well. In the form of a teacher's cane. This stems from the theory that the 7-headed beast is male instead of female. Its true nature is that of a phallus, an erect rod. The symbol of the king of the world, granted power and authority by a great dragon, for a period of 42 months, spat as many arrogant words as they desired and received the right to desecrate all things. The beast's heads are the 7 hills of the Roman Empire: Capitolium, Palatium, Aventinus, Esquilinus, Caelius, Quirinalis, Viminalis. In other words, it symbolized the Roman Empire itself. And the 10 horns were symbols of Augustus, Tiberius, Caligula, Claudius, Nero, Vespasianus. Why can't I read that? Vespasianus, Titus, Galba, Otho, Vitellius. Why is there only one of those that I have trouble reading? Those emperors. Yeah, Nero is one of those crowns, huh? Golden Grail, Aurea Poculum. The golden cup that BB possesses. It's the Holy Grail, one that grants the holders audacious, selfish wishes. The cup of the Whore of Babylon, Babylon the Great, from the Apocalypse of John, Book of Revelation. It's a fake Holy Grail, but because it's a fake, it then becomes a real Holy Grail, granting the desires of humans, regardless of right or wrong. Christians of the day, holding honorable poverty of virtue, saw the cup made things like gold, the symbol of fortune, and surely considered it the definition of wealth, greed, and the vanity to decorate themselves. Though it's clear the cup held by Babylon the Great personified the Roman emperors, it symbolized the wealth of the earth, an inversion of Christ's words. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth. I saw a woman sit up on a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. In Apocalypse, a description of the beast of destruction that appeared in the holy city, Jerusalem, and the woman sitting on it. A giant beast with 7 heads like the Hydra appeared from the sea and landed in the holy city. This beast and woman were 2, yet as one, and it was impossible to think of them as separate. It's said that this woman was born from all evil, and those quick to anger or are greedy cannot resist her temptations and is corrupted by the Grail. As a side note, it's said that after her death, the red saber who claimed the title of Emperor was seen by her believers to be on par with this beast. Yeah, there is a possibility for Nero to become a beast of humanity, which is exemplified in Draco, who eventually came to FGO. I think she was at first in FGO Arcade, and then she got a version of her in FGO Mobile. And her design is so cool. Yeah, so all of that again leading around to her being, where is it? Babylon the Great. And her access to 10 crowns. I think she has access to 10 crowns in her summer caster version too, though. Which is, again, one of those, like, look, she can become the beast. Self-modification. The skill used to remodel oneself. AIs created by the Mooncell have an absolute directive. Improving your functionality is not allowed. However, BB, released from that restriction due to her breaking down, began to expand her own functions. To boost her computational ability, she had the black noise prey on and dismantle NPCs, AIs, even servants, to use them as her own memory. While these add-ons won't save her from self-destruction, it's turned BB into a super AI with enormous capacity. Her condition is like a city that's continuing to be built as it's sinking, or Frankenstein's monster. Yeah, but Fran's a little different. We've seen her. Actually, this game came out at like the same time that Apocrypha came out in writing, so actually, simultaneously. Funny. And Gilgamesh has new info. Enuma Elish, the star of creation that split heaven and earth. His strength stats are supposed to be that. Actually, is that going to change as I level him up? Oh, no. Enuma Elish. Gilgamesh's final noble phantasm, exemplifying creation, the beginning of everything. Bearing the name of a god from Mesopotamian mythology, causing the severance of space, the sword of rupture Ea. The god Ea is believed to be the quasi-deification of the power of the planet that turned, smashed, and stabilized the surface of the Earth in its primordial stages, covered in gas and seas of magma. Most gods began building nations after primordial Earth stabilized into a world that could sustain life, but Ea was a god who built the planet before them. Gilgamesh's sword, bearing Ea's name, alters space itself by agitating space-time through the rotation of 3 gigantic layers of force fields that look like galaxies. Its true power is not something to be used against a single life form, but against the world. Even among the many noble phantasms possessed by servants, it's one of the best. The sword that can cut the world apart. And it's not the world as in like a planet, it means the fabric of reality. Like the world as a concept, not the world as an object. That's why it's EX ranked. Because how do you measure that? It's conceptually meant to split heaven and earth. King of Heroes, AUO. Another name for Gilgamesh. Not as in a king who is a hero, hero king, but with the implication of being a king over heroes, king of heroes. The story of Gilgamesh, mankind's oldest hero, was replicated in the myths of countries all around the world. The origin of all myths, the model heroes are based on. Referring to him as such would not be an exaggeration. Heroes of the various mythologies were all more or less derived from the legend of Gilgamesh. As such, Gilgamesh possesses the prototypes of all the noble phantasms those heroes carry, the original treasures from before each of their legends were arranged. Perhaps it's a paradox. Unless Gilgamesh owns the original, it cannot be passed down as a noble phantasm to the heroes that were later derived from him. It was a time when humanity was still few in number, ruling his kingdom and living in luxury as he saw fit, gathering all the treasures of the world into his treasury. In that treasury held the originals of treasured swords that saved later heroes, and cursed swords that took the lives of heroes. Herein lies the reason Gilgamesh is the king of heroes. Ordinarily, a hero would only have a single noble phantasm, while riders tend to have a couple. Owning unlimited numbers of them would naturally include the legend those heroes are weak against. It would be impossible for the average heroic spirit to contend with him. As a heroic spirit, he is absolutely indomitable in battle against other heroic spirits. There may be a number of heroes who could hold the title of king, such as the King of Knights and the King of Conquerors. Hey, Fate Zero! But there's only one man under heaven and earth in the world with the name of the absolute king of all heroes. Yet Gil's strong. It's funny though, because among servants, he is the toppest of top tiers. But within the Nasuverse, there are things more terrifyingly strong. Like beasts, or grand servants, or types. Types are way up there. There's also true demons, there's true ancestors as well that are like up on the power scale. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but Gil is still very special. And again, he has Ea, he has Enuma Elish. So while that's his strongest thing, and it may not be raw power, conceptually it is devastating. Wow. There's just so much just went on in the end of the chapter, the interlude. But I have access to power. Let's see. Skills. There it is. Condition. 5 turns and enemy HP 30% or lower. So I can't use it to just wipe them out from the beginning, clearly. But 5 turns have to pass, and their HP has to be 30% or lower. And then I can just say, alright, I win. So basically I can cut down the battle by 30%. Once I bring them, I only have to do 70% of their health. And then I say, okay, I win now. It no longer matters how much health you have left, because you have enough. It's basically power word kill, isn't it? As long as they're under 100 HP, power word kill takes effect. Granted, this also has the turn limit, but let's be real. 5 turns is not too... Well, not that I say that. I pretty much got decimated by Lip in like 4 turns. So surviving to the 5th turn would actually be kind of tough sometimes. So maybe 5 turns isn't too outrageous. But manageable. That is something that can work. Yeah, my stats clearly don't match up to the projected stats from the Matrix page. But they're getting up there. Strength is at C, magic is at C, luck is at C, agility is at D. Oh, his magic is actually higher than his strength, which means, depending on multipliers, Enkidu may actually do more damage. Well, actually, considering the MP costs, Enkidu should always be doing more damage, but also this is a magic type skill. So, yeah. Magic damage go up. Though Gilgamesh's basic attacks don't use magic, so, like, does he get another magic skill later? Because A, expensive. B, these are physical, and I'd like to have more. Maybe I'm just getting greedy. We're level 30. We're definitely in the second half of the game now. Definitely second half. There should still be these next 3 chapters, but things are going to move along now that I have Noble Phantasms and the ability to destroy things much better. So, we'll see what the Student Council has to discuss now that I'm president. I don't know what to do with this power. Someone take it away from me. Or don't. I'll see what I can do. I can be cool enough for that, right?